Oh, if you're struggling with low back pain and are unsure of the cause, this video could help you out.
So we're going to talk about the best stretch to help relieve your back pain, and you might actually be surprised what it is.
That's right. All right, now to understand low back pain, one thing that can be a common cause of the pain is the pelvis, and it's something called an anterior tilt. So we look at the pelvis here, it can be anterior tilted this way. I'm gonna exaggerate it so it's easy to see, but here's a neutral position. This is anterior tilt, this is posterior tilt. Now when the hip flexors get tight, they will actually pull the pelvis into that anterior tilt to a degree where it causes pain.
So when you look at the hip flexor muscles, we don't have the best anatomy lesson here, but typically some of them will run from the low back spine region here and cross the hip joint itself and go down into the femur. Another one connects more up here, and you actually have a long one that runs all the way down to the knee. So if any of these get tight, commonly what can happen is it will pull your pelvis forward like Brad was showing, causing an anterior tilt. And if you look at me right now, my anterior tilt is causing my low back to extend back. So if I want to have good posture, this is going to get uncomfortable and cause some low back pain.
Right, it actually puts the low back, what we call end range, pushing all the facet joints in here close together right to the end, and that's why it's called end range, and there we get pain. So what we want to do is find one stretch to stretch all the muscles that cause anterior tilt. And Rick Olderman, the physical therapist, wrote books on this, and we're gonna show you what he likes to do. It is his #1 stretch for this. All right, now there's an assessment or a test to find out if your anterior tilt does exist. It's simply lie down. It's you could do this on a bed, but a firm bed or on a carpeted floor. So you lie down just like this first, and you're gonna time it for 30 seconds, and you're gonna monitor your back pain. If it irritates it, if it feels very comfortable, whatever, monitor it. Put that number in your head. 0 is no pain, 10 is extreme pain. Just use good judgment, pick a number, and then the second position, there's 3 of them all together, is knees up like this. And does that change your low back pain? Does it make it better? Does it make it worse? Okay, for 30 seconds, monitor it. Again, put that number for pain level, whether it goes worse or bad. And the third position, both knees to your chest, hold them here. Now you're relaxing with all this. You're not pulling really hard, just a comfortable hold with your hands. Again, 30 seconds, monitor the pain and see where it goes. Now, if you find that lying like this is the most uncomfortable position, it's a very good indication that your hip flexors are tight. You need to stretch them out. They're actually putting your pelvis into that anterior tilt. So let's go through the stretch if indeed this position is the most painful.
In order to perform this stretch, you will either need a firm mattress. You can do it on a counter or tabletop as well, but you're going to need something off of the ground. You'll see why in a second. You're going to sit near the edge and then lie on your back. Bring both knees to your chest. This is the starting position. The closer my butt is to the edge here, the more stretch I will feel. The less stretch I will feel if I'm up higher. Go what's comfortable for you. Once you're in this position...
Now, Mike, before we stop, now you do this one on your bed, correct?
I do this on my bed, but I have to put something else firm there in order to get that way.
Because otherwise the edge of the bed collapses a little bit, so you put a pillow there to help brace it up?
Yep, if it's too soft, you will sink down and the stretch won't be as adequate. So you do need something rather firm. So once you're in this position, slowly lower one leg down. Now once I'm down, you can see I'm going to bring this knee up towards my chest, and you can see my hip flexor pulling up a little bit. Try to keep it down, and then try to add a bend in the knee if possible. If you start getting cramping or pain sensations, just don't bend as far. Do what's comfortable for you, and try to hold this for roughly 30 seconds. Make sure to breathe throughout. Once you do one side, reset, and then do the other side. Now, if you happen to have back pain on one side, the side you're stretching, you'll probably feel it a little more. Maybe that side do 3 stretches, and the other side you only have to do 2, but you'll probably notice a difference between the sides.
Mike, can we also go through, can you switch legs And one mechanical thing you want to be aware of is the knee position. Now, you can't see it from there, but he's very much in line. Knee, hip, up to his head. Sometimes the tendency is the knee wants to go out to the side. You want to bring it back to here and hold it there so that you have good alignment, and that'll give you a much better stretch on those hip flexors. Again, pulling this under, you're going to feel the stretch more here than when you don't have that, and that's getting that rectus femoris, that muscle that oftentimes gets missed with hip flexor stretches. All right, I just want to recover this. When you're doing the stretch, you're going to hold each one for about 30 seconds. Relax and breathe. Do both legs. And like Mike said, do the tight one 3 times. The one that's not so tight, you can go 2. It's really up to you. But do those once or 2, even up to 3 times per day, as long as you don't get sore, particularly after the first time you try it. The muscles have not gotten used to it yet. So you'll find it'll work out very well. Mike, what else do we have?
If you are still experiencing back pain and you think it may actually be sciatica, you can click the video link on the screen.
There you go.
Bob and Brad, the 2 most famous physical therapists.